morning, everyone. It is Thursday. My name is Dawn, and this channel is Dawn Does Keto. Welcome, and if you're new here, we're so glad that you joined us. I just want to start off my day by just telling you really quickly what I'm taking with me. I have to leave here in about 5 minutes. I have an appointment to get my tires rotated on my car, and then of course I'm going to help my mother and father-in-law, and then I have to work. It is raining outside, so as you can see, I have my hat on because there is 100% chance that I'm getting wet today. So real quick, I have my fat coffee. I went ahead and made that just like I showed you guys during beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. The only difference is I used 3/4 of a scoop of unflavored collagen, and then I added about 1/4 of a scoop of this Mexican hot chocolate collagen just to give it a little bit of flavor. I don't put a full scoop of this in, it's way too strong for me. So I use mostly the unflavored, and then I just kind of sprinkle a little bit of this in there for flavor. I also have my 2 bottles of water, and I've already added my KetOH-IO electrolyte drops to that water. I'm taking 2 hard-boiled eggs, 1 baggy bacon, and I'm also taking one of these keto ratio vanilla yogurts. And before I leave, I'm going to take my KetOH-IO electrolyte tablet and my K2D3 tablet. I take those every day. Just gonna take those real quick. I'm gonna pack all of this into my lunchbox. I take it with me and I eat it on the road while I'm door dashing. So Mike and I will see you back here tonight for dinner with Dawn. You guys, it actually has ended up being a beautiful day out. I don't care if I wore a hat or not. I'm super excited that it is 64 degrees in Northeast Ohio in early February and the sun is out. I'll take it. Okay guys, so Mike and I are gonna do some chicken and asparagus for our meal tonight. So I thought I would just show you real quick. We have 1 bundle of asparagus here, and I've just melted half a stick of butter along with some minced garlic. Mix that in this bowl. And all I'm gonna do, mix it up here, is just brush it on to our asparagus. Super simple. Our air fryer has a setting that allows us to bake in it. So I'm just gonna put this in there and bake it for about 8 minutes at 350. And that tends to give Mike and I the amount of doneness that we like. We don't like our asparagus to be soft. We still want it to have a little crispness and a little snap to it. After I get this all lathered up, we'll get it put into the air fryer. And I'm putting it on bake at 350 for about 8 minutes. I'm not going to start it yet because we also have chicken to make, but this will be ready to go. Okay, so I've chopped up my chicken breast because that's what we're having tonight. I have 1 egg, and then I just dumped some pork panko in here, and I'm going to just season the pork panko. I'm going to do salt, Redmond, that's what we like. Some pepper. I'd actually like some crushed red pepper flakes, but Mike's not a huge fan. He doesn't like the spice. Some minced onion and some Italian seasoning. After I get all my seasonings in, I just kind of toss it all together. All right, so after our seasonings are all tossed in there, it's a real simple, just dip your chicken in the egg, and then dip it in the pork panko. And you're just basically coating it like you would breadcrumbs. You could also add some Parmesan to this mixture if you wanted cheese in your batter. Believe it or not, guys, this was 1 chicken breast. And I don't like to waste any of this pork panko because this stuff is too expensive. So usually what I do is go back and just kind of dump some whatever's left just kind of on top. And then Mike is going to cook this up on the Blackstone with some bacon grease. So there, it's all ready to go. Say hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
So it's going to be kind of hard to see out here, guys, just because it's Ohio and it's 6 o'clock and it's not quite dark out, but it's getting there. But Mike does have bacon grease on the Blackstone. You can probably hear that wind blowing too. I went ahead and started my asparagus, so that is cooking now. And as soon as the chicken comes up to temperature, we'll be ready to plate our food. Okay guys, welcome to Dinner with Dawn.
And Mike.
It was so windy outside today. I was really happy that I wore a hat because otherwise my hair would have been everywhere. It actually blew off my head a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't really realize the wind was that strong today.
Oh my gosh, it's so windy.
It is so unseasonably warm right now. It's, February 9th, and normally we're like buried in snow, and it's like 64, 65 degrees out today.
Mike's out there grilling in short sleeves in February.
It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. We're not complaining, but we know winter is still coming because it has not arrived yet, and I have a bad feeling.
We only had like one kind of storm so far.
Yeah, March is not looking promising. I just have a bad feeling.
Yeah. This is what's for dinner. We have asparagus and then the chicken that we cooked.
It's rotisserie.
Oh my gosh. We did not get our book.
Insert sound effect there.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, it is supposed to be here Monday. So, obviously, we can't do a book chat today.
Nope.
So, we are just going to have dinner and
wing it. We're just going to wing it.
And just talk about whatever.
Well, so since you said that, I think this is a good time as any to bring up an item that we can discuss with our friends out in the keto community. So Dawn and I have been discussing an idea that we have thought about because, we did the BBB&E 31-day challenge and we did a video every day. That was a challenge in itself and we enjoyed it and we got to know a lot of people. We got a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback. And the one thing that surprised us was the whole dinner with us and reading the book and doing that. And everybody seemed to think that was fantastic. So obviously we're going to do that again once we get the book. As you guys know, we were talking about only doing 2 videos a week. Dawn's standard video that she does on Tuesdays. And then we were going to do a Thursday video with us having dinner and talking about the book.
Hence what we're doing right now.
However, we got to thinking about it, and because of all the positive feedback that we've received, we have considered, and I think we are going to do this. We have not decided completely, but I think we're going to add a 3rd video and do 2 dinners with Mike and Dawn. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's the other way around. It's 2 dinners with Dawn and Mike.
And Mike had a good point when he brought this proposal basically to me.
I had to submit it to the Department of whatever, and then we had to go through this whole meeting process, and it's a long process.
I mean, I didn't veto it, right?
Right.
The point being that once we start reading the book, it'll help us get through the book a little bit faster. Rather than talking about it once a week, we can talk about it twice a week and get through it a little bit quicker. It doesn't look like it's a really lengthy book though.
Well, no, but I mean it'll flow better that way because it'll be a little more consistent. It won't be like the old days when we used to watch a sitcom on TV and then we had to wait for the next week. We're so used to being able to stream everything now and watch,
You guys want instant gratification,
that's right,
don't you?
That's right. So anyway, that's what we're thinking about doing. It'll also keep us connected, allow us to do the book, and it's 3 out of 7 days. That's still less than 50% of the week. So we feel like we can do that, and so I think that's what we're going to do. But it's her decision. It's her decision to do it ultimately. So if we don't,
because I'm the one that does all the editing. Oh, so you're gonna blame me, and if we don't do it, then they're gonna come at me So now we've been back on regular keto for a week now. It's been a week and a day. How have you been feeling, and what changes have you noticed coming off of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs? And how's the chicken?
So first of all, dinner's fantastic. This chicken, I love this pork panko coating that we've done. We did that during BBB&E. It was fantastic. This is our first asparagus since we've been back to regular keto. I can't believe I'm still saying this even after almost 2 years, but asparagus is amazing. I can't believe I didn't like it before.
Before keto, he wouldn't even try it.
I wouldn't even look at it. No, to be honest with you, I don't feel as good now as I did during BBB&E. I do not. I've noticed a lot of changes. Some of them are subtle. Some of them are a little more noticeable. I'm not going to say that I feel bad, because I don't feel bad. I just don't feel as good as I did.
Not as optimal.
Nope. Again, I would have never believed that until I experienced it. Plain and simple. I mean, it's just, if you've never done BBB&E and you think you feel good, you don't know. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I'm just telling you from experience. You don't realize how bad you feel until you don't feel bad anymore. It's night and day. However, I'm not going back on BBB&E. We're not going totally carnivore or ketovore or whatever it is.
We think carnivore is great. It's just not sustainable for us because we like veggies. We like cheese. Cheese would be carnivore. We do like to have a veggie on occasion. We don't eat them every single day, but tonight's an exception. Asparagus just sounded good with our chicken. I haven't had too many vegetables really since we've come off of BBB&E.
I had green beans, I think, on 3 different occasions. And now asparagus. So it's not like I'm, going to the produce section and buying everything up.
Right. I'll tell you, I don't feel bad, and I don't notice a huge difference in how I feel as far as like my energy level, aches and pains, and different things like that since we've been back on keto. But my body is definitely trying to adjust to the veggies and the cheese because I know we're eating dinner and this is TMI, but I'm having major bathroom issues. I haven't gone really at all, and I know I need to, in order to get things moving, it's up your salt, up your fluids, up your fat, that those things will all help, and I'm trying to do that.
Up your nose with a rubber hose.
Things just aren't moving like they were when we were doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I was very regular, and now I am not. So again, I think it's just an adjustment period for my body to get used to the cheese and the veggies. Although, I'm trying to limit it. I'm not going crazy with them. It's just not, It's not happening.
Now, this is interesting because on the flip side of that, I am also adjusting. My body has adjusted a little bit. I have had more non-keto food items and beverages. So clearly I'm going to have that adjustment period. I have actually, and I know you guys are excited to hear this, but I've actually gone to the bathroom more. And I know that's attributed to the fact that I'm eating stuff that my body doesn't need.
But see, I haven't had anything off keto at all, so I don't know.
Right. No, I'm just saying from my perspective.
And I know a lot of people don't want to hear this stuff, but for people coming off of beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, I think it's important that we share like how our bodies are reacting, and you can see that we're different. We're always opposite of each other, it seems like.
So here's something else I've experienced. I'm kind of keeping my eye on this right now because I don't know for sure exactly what's causing it or how it's related. One of the changes I've noticed since we got off BBB&E is that I have woke up in the middle of the night on multiple occasions, basically in a cold sweat.
Almost like he's having hot flashes.
Yeah, I'm sweating, my shirt's wet, my pants will be wet.
And that didn't happen at all when you were doing...
Did not happen one time during BBB&E, but now, switching back over to keto and my keto flexible, it's happened like 3 or 4 times. It's only February 9th. It has to be related somehow. There has to be something in my diet that's causing that. I'm kind of watching to see and hope I can kind of pinpoint what it is and then maybe eliminate that or minimize it, to an even smaller amount so that
we would almost have to go back to doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs for like a week, see if it stops, and then reintroduce things slowly and see. That's the only way you can find out. That's why beef, butter, bacon, and eggs is an elimination diet. But the only way to know what's affecting you is to only introduce it's like introducing foods to a baby. And you want to know if they're going to have a reaction to something, you usually start off with like one thing, you do that for a while, then if they don't have any problems, you can introduce something else. It's very similar. So that would probably be the only way you're really going to know what it is that's causing it.
Yeah.
And I really think that doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, like during the week while we're home, isn't an issue. It's just that like when we go out, it would be really hard.
No, you're right. And I think we could probably do something closer to that on a regular basis because we do eat at home a lot. It's just when we go out, at least for me, I wouldn't.
Right.
Not necessarily. We go to steak houses and stuff and I love to get steak.
But you also get other stuff.
But sometimes I'll get the other things like the bread or a potato or something. I enjoy that every once in a while.
Something else I wanted to touch on today is, guys, my channel is growing like crazy. You guys are amazing. You're all watching my videos. You're all commenting on my videos, which is helping the YouTube algorithm and pushing it out to more people. And the channel is just growing like crazy. As of shooting this video, I think I was at really close to 1,700 subscribers. And it seems like just the other day we were saying, whoa, we hit 500, you know. With the growth of my channel, I'm getting a lot of emails from people who want to like sponsor my videos and do different things like that. Just this week alone, I think I got like 4 or 5. And I just want you guys to know that I would never have somebody sponsor a video unless it's something that I have spent my money on, something that Mike and I would use. I had somebody send me an email about sponsoring a video and I went and checked it out and it was just a bunch of like supplements and stuff. I don't believe doing this diet and this way of eating requires you to take a bunch of supplements. I think if you're eating the proper human diet, other than the couple things we've talked about, which is like keeping your electrolytes up, and we've recently started taking D3 and K2, which you can get at any grocery store, I don't think supplements are necessary. So I'm not going to have somebody who's selling supplements sponsor a video. I'm just not going to do it. Now, there are things like Redmond and KetOH-IO that we use on a regular basis, and those are companies that we support. Right now, I am an ambassador for KetOH-IO. I'm hoping to just become an affiliate soon. And with like Redmond, I would gladly have them, you know, sponsor a video if they were interested in that. I'm just not gonna start having a bunch of crazy companies. I'm not gonna start pushing products. Mike and I do like to do reviews of products. If somebody was to send us something and tell us to try it, you know, we did the keto box, break down the box every month. We've done that because we like to try new products. So we would be interested in doing a review of a product if somebody sent it and it was something that fit our lifestyle.
Right.
It's not going to be just anything, but if it is like a keto item or something that they want us to try, then we would be open to that.
Right.
But
are we going to break down the box again in the future?
Well, I suspended the box for now because I'm not doing any keto treats through this month. So we'll see. Maybe in March we can pick that back up.
Because even though that's not a direct sponsorship type thing or a request from the company.
No, we pay for that.
But I still think that people like to know, hey, is that product any good? I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, even our son sent us a text the other day about a product and wanted to know if it was good, and he wasn't sure if it was something that would be, you know, a keto style food.
Yeah.
And so he, you know, sent us a message and we told him it was, and that it was better than, you know, the alternative, which is just the junk. So I'm sure people are interested in that kind of thing and they want to know, you know, what we think, simply because.
And I know some people don't do any products at all, and that's totally fine, but Mike and I do. We like to find things that we like that, you know, have clean ingredients and that are tasty. And I just thought I'd throw that out there and let you guys know that if I do mention a product on my channel, which I do a lot of times mention KetOH-IO, Redmond, different things like that, it's because it's products that we use basically on a daily basis. They're products that we believe in, and we've spent our own money buying those products.
Speaking of KetOH-IO, I'd like to have another shake for lunch tomorrow. That would be fantastic if you're up to making one for me. She makes the best shakes.
He just doesn't want to make them himself.
No, she just has a magic touch.
I make them with love.
Yeah.
Do you need something?
And butter.
Why do you have a Band-Aid on your hand?
I'm doing more physical labor at work today.
That's our daughter. Hi, Mary. She's feeling a little under the weather, so she's just like hanging out in her jammies. So the interview that Mike and I did with Ready Set Keto has come out. I'm going to link, actually, I'll link it right here up in the cards. And if you guys wouldn't mind going and checking it out, or if you're interested, go check it out. That'd be great. I thought that the interview went really well, and James and Emily did a great job. And if you don't already follow them, do that as well.
Yeah, it was a nice change of pace, something different. We know James and Emily.
Emily is my keto BFF.
Right. That was acknowledged in the interview. But it's just nice to have a discussion with other people in a very relaxed environment. You know, when we do this video for you guys, I mean, this is just us talking. There's no rehearsal. We don't have anything written down. Sometimes we might have some bullet points on things we want to touch on, but we basically just
Otherwise, we end the video and we go, oh, crud, I forgot to mention this or
Right.
that, you know.
But, I mean, we're just talking to you. But to have somebody else talk back, it was a nice change.
Yeah, it was a first for us. We've
Yeah,
never done that before.
It was the first interview we've ever done. And because of that, there has been now some talk that maybe in the near future possibly, that we might do a live. We have never done anything like that before either. We've been in other people's lives.
It scares the heebie-jeebies out of me, just so you guys know.
I mean, I don't think it would be as bad as it sounds, only because they would be interacting with us.
Yeah, but guys, if you don't know this already, I think I've mentioned it a million times, I'm not technically savvy.
Well, that's the thing. Once it's all set up, I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. And once we learn how to do it, we'll probably enjoy it.
I don't know. We'll see. It's a possibility. We're definitely not making any promises at this point.
I mean, I'll promise, but it's not my channel.
Again, who's going to get the wrath from that?
I don't have any creative control.
Speaking of wrath, I've gotten a few crazy comments on my videos, and you guys know I love interacting with you, and if you leave a comment, I will 99.9% comment back because I love that. I love talking to you guys. I like hearing what you guys have to say, and I always try to respond back. But I've gotten a few comments recently, and I'm just going to throw this out there. If I receive comments like this, I'm not going to respond because me trying to have a debate with somebody in the comment section is pointless. It's like talking about politics. It's like talking about religion. We could go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're probably not going to change my mind, and I'm probably not going to change your mind. So it really is just a big waste of time is what it is. So I've decided that if I have comments like that, sometimes I'll just say we'll have to agree to disagree. But I've kind of just gotten to the point where I think I'm just not going to comment anymore. But I'm going to read you guys a couple of the comments that I'm talking about. Okay, so the first one I'm talking about, somebody says, if you're going to do keto, do only plant-based keto, not carnivore keto. Carnivore keto is a surefire prescription for early death. I don't agree. I think that I get all the vitamins and nutrients I need from the meats that I eat, and you're not going to convince me to do a plant-based diet. It's just not going to happen.
All right, so I haven't seen this comment, so this is a first. Now,
I don't think you've seen any of these. These are all recent within the last day or so.
I try to read all the comments too, but I don't go, Dawn gets all the notifications about that kind of stuff. So I only go in sporadically and read, and I try to like every comment so that I know I've read it, and then I'll go back once or twice and read some more. So we just got done doing BBB&E. I just explained how I feel now compared to how I felt in January.
Right.
I never felt as good as I did in January in my adult life.
And so now you have somebody telling you should just be eating plant-based.
And I was eating no plants. I was eating all meat.
I think trying to get all your nutrients in a plant-based diet doing keto is next to impossible.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I'm saying from experience, and this is no disrespect to this individual. I mean, you have your opinion and that's fine. But if you've never done BBB&E and you've never done carnivore, then your comment has no basis for any factual backing at all. Because
this person
done
might
it.
say that they feel great on a plant-based diet, and that's fine.
And that's fine. But
I'm happy for them. But don't sit here and try to tell me that I'm going to have an early death because I'm doing a carnivore diet. Another one says, talking about eating meat, we talked about how meat causes cancer. This person says, it doesn't cause cancer, but sure as heck can mess up your kidneys. Again, I know a lot of people in the keto space, and I don't know anybody that has diminished kidney function. If you do, comment down below and let me know that you are carnivore and that you have diminished kidney function, because I've not heard that from anybody.
No, but that idea is very common among people who are not familiar with the keto lifestyle. One of the first things I remember hearing, reading was keto causes kidney failure. I mean,
it's just not true.
It's just not true.
All the research now is showing that. Now, this person might be looking at old research, but from what Dr. Berry says, there really is no research that even exists that proves any of these things.
Right.
So, okay, here's another one. Please don't call keto what you are eating. Keto is low to moderate protein, high fat. Anything over 30 grams of protein in a meal will convert to glucose, false, which will cancel out the fat, false. You will burn that first, kicking you out of ketosis. Please learn what a keto diet really is. No wonder you aren't sleeping well. Excess cortisol. That back pain could be kidney pain. I've been there. First off, anybody who says that doing keto is 30 grams of protein, you are behind on your information. 30 grams of protein is not enough protein for anybody. Your hair will be falling out. You're not giving your body what it needs. That's old information. Your protein and fat should be 1-to-1. You should be eating 1 gram of protein to 1 gram of fat. My pain that I'm having in my back is not my kidneys. I can tell you that for sure. And are we having problems sleeping really? I mean, you're having the sweats right now, which you just talked about. But other than that, like, I just don't think we get enough sleep. Like, we should be sleeping more, but that doesn't mean.
And I don't even think it's that. I think, look, and for this individual, again, no disrespect. We appreciate your honesty. However, I came off of a sleep schedule where I was sleep deprived. Okay, and I'm not going to go into all the details. All I can tell you is I was working 11 hours a day, starting my day at 3:30 in the morning, and I was going to bed at night at 11:30.
After working all day and then caring for his dad.
But being up and awake, and I was sleep deprived, and I was not sleeping. Now, I would crash, but I would not get sound sleep because by the time my body would get into a deep sleep, it was time to get back up again. So I know the difference between sleep deprivation and maybe waking up once or twice in the middle of the night. Maybe you have to go to the bathroom, or maybe you just wake up because you're hot. You know, our room gets warm at night sometimes. But when I wake up now and I'm getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep a night, I feel amazing when I get up in the morning. I have no trouble getting up. I never feel groggy. My head is never cloudy, and it was all the time before this. I'm not attributing that to my diet solely, all right? I'm also attributing it to getting more sleep.
More sleep, right?
But I sleep better because my diet is better, because I eat earlier in the day. I don't go to bed and get acid reflux or heartburn or anything like that.
Heartburn used to keep him up all the time.
My sleep is 100 times better, and I feel refreshed every day. And like right now, I'm not exhausted. I'm not fatigued. I'll go to bed at my normal time, and I'll get 6.5, 7 hours of sleep, and I'll wake up tomorrow and feel great. So,
I require a little more sleep than that. I always have. I love my sleep, so I usually sleep at least 8 hours.
And diet is only a part of the sleep process.
Right.
There are other things that are involved. I mean, stress is a big deal.
Yeah, and we talked about it in Dr. Berry's book, the different things that you can do to help with your sleep. With that,
right. So, again, respect the comment, but it's not 100% accurate because there are other factors that you don't know about, things outside of just diet.
Well, and this person says if you eat too much protein, it converts to glucose. That has been completely disproven. Glucose is not something that it's demand-driven, not supply-driven. The statement's just wrong. Okay, one more, guys, and then I'm done. And then that's just basically to say that from now on, when these comments come through, they don't upset me. I'm not angry or whatever, but I'm just not going to comment on them because it's just not worth me having an argument with somebody over a comment chat. Again, we're not going to change each other's minds, and I'm not going to spend hours going back and forth. It's just not worth it. So this one said, fasting in the morning is very detrimental because you have to get energy from somewhere. It doesn't only come from fat stores. Your stress hormones via gluconeogenesis will use the amino acids from your body, muscle, collagen, etc. And again, that's not true. Your body our bodies are fat burning all the time. That's what we use as fuel. So when we don't give it fuel, we have plenty of fuel here that it can use. Again, just another one, something else that I don't agree with. And, I've been keto for over 2 years. I listen to YouTube videos daily from Dr. Berry, 2 Crazy Ketos. I've done research, and I believe the testimonies that I hear. That to me is better than any other research that can be done, is the fact that this way of eating has reversed people's diabetes. It has made blood sugars go down, cholesterols go down, and people are living healthier, active lives eating this way. So you're not really going to say anything that's going to change my mind.
Right.
That's the bottom line. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to share that with you guys, but let you guys know that if you do make these comments, I'm just going to ignore them from now on. So So the last thing I just kind of want to touch on this evening is Keto Ohio, just because between now and then I want to promote it, and I want everyone that could possibly be there to be there. We are hosting a meetup in the Columbus, Ohio area on March 25th. Mike and I will be there, and as of right now, I think we have about 33 people who have confirmed that they're coming. There are t-shirts available if you want to come, or if you're not coming, buy them, don't buy them. They're not mandatory, but there is a link in the description down below. They are on the I Am Keto Strong website. Most of all, we would love it if you guys could come. I'm going to be sending out an email soon confirming with the people that have said for sure that they're going to be there. If you sent me an email at one point and said you were interested in information, that doesn't count as an RSVP. You have to email me and say, I am coming. Otherwise, I haven't counted you in the head count. We do have limited space. It's not unlimited, like as far as how many people can come. So if you have not emailed me and said, I will be there, please do that. And if you haven't decided yet, I hope that you will decide to come and see us. And I think that's it.
Yep, looking forward to that. It'd be my first Keto Ohio meetup, so I'm excited about it. And I definitely want to meet anybody who's willing to make the drive, take the time out and come out and see
again,
us.
You don't have to be from Ohio. We have people coming from Indiana, I know for sure, and Kentucky for sure. If you live close enough or you're willing to make the drive, we want you guys to be there.
Yep, so that'll be great.
Yeah, I think that's it. We're both done eating.
And it was very good.
So next week, Tuesday,
so
we're gonna do 2 dinner videos, and we're gonna talk about the book, because the book is supposed to be here on Monday, which means Mike and I can read our chapter and then we can discuss it on Tuesday. I don't know if we're gonna break it up into chapter or like pages. I need to have the book to figure that out. So I'm not really sure how we're gonna do that yet, but I've had a lot of people message and say that they either got the book like an Audible book, or they ordered the book so that they can follow along. The book we're reading is The Case Against Sugar by Gary Taubes, Taubes, if you are interested. So we are going to start reading that next week.
Hopefully. I mean, hopefully it shows up when it's supposed to.
Yeah. Actually, I will see you guys in my weigh-in video, which will come out on Monday. No. It will come out on Tuesday.
She doesn't even know. She's already lost.
I recorded on Monday and it comes out on Tuesday, so that's why I said that. But I will see you guys in that video before our first book reading video. So either way, we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.